Hello and welcome. This is the Market Wrap. I am Agam Vakil. What started off as a promising day of trade, well, that came off, and once again, we are staring at losses for the benchmark indices. For now, when it comes to the Nifty gainers and losers, we do have advances for the likes of Bajaj Finance up 4%. Followed by Eicher Motors, a little bit of a reversal after the kind of weakness that it has been used to seeing. UPL, Indian Oil Corp and Indiabulls Housing Finance all advancing in trade. On the losing end, Yes Bank down another 8%. Tata Motors down another 8%. Z Entertainment down 7%. JSW Steel, GAIL India and Instant Bank all taking quite the hit in trade today. In the broader markets, we have one gainer for two losers as far as the NSE 500 is concerned, but Dishman did make among the list of gainers, followed by Time Technoplast, TTK Prestige up 7%, SRF, Himadri Speciality and DCM Shriram all advancing in trade. Vakrangi, on the other hand, is seeing a decline of 16%. Union Bank of India, Dish TV as well as Aditya Birla Fashion all declining in trade. So on the whole, it's not been such a great day of trade, and as you can see, there is more pressure, more volatility and as well as more uncertainty when it comes to Indian markets right now, and we're going to wait for the FI numbers to come through as well as to see what can happen in that. But on that note, I'm going to get in Sharad Dubey to give us a few stocks which were in focus today. Sharad?
Yes, first stock we picked up is Lupin, which has came in with an inline set of numbers with revenues going up almost 9%. And what actually impacted the profits was the other income was lower by around 40%. Now let's see how the stock reaction happened. So the numbers came in inline set of numbers, but if you see, the stock reacted very negatively and it fell, which its biggest decline in almost July 2016. Management says that new product launches like ranulazine and levothyroxine and the US generic business has performed well, with your global API business up almost 23% on a year-on-year basis, and the North American formulation business growing by almost 16%, and the Indian business growing by around 9%. The second stock which has come up with the earnings was Aditya Birla and Fashion, which came out with a subdued set of numbers, and if you see the stock reacted here, the stock fell almost 10%, ending the day at around 192 odd rupees. The top line growth was around 9%, but the margins contracted by more than 280 basis points. Especially the segment of the Pantaloon segment was very flattish, while the Mudra segment, comprising of brands like Van Heusen and Louis Philippe, actually grew by around 14%. So all in all, Agam, these two mid-cap stocks were buzzing in space, but then reacted negatively, as you can see going ahead.
Okay, sure. Thank you for getting us these two stocks which will be in focus, and there was one more on account of earnings, Jubilant FoodWorks. Well, we saw steady earnings and well, largely in line with street expectations, if not a tad bit of a miss when it comes to the top line. We did see about 10% growth, and perhaps the most important number, in two most important numbers. First one is the EBITDA margins, which did expand to around 17%. Consequently, we did see a rise in profits. And the second most important number, perhaps more important than the first one, is well, your same-store sales growth, which came in at 6%. This was again lower than what the street was working with. That was around 8 to 10%. But well, the markets have not disliked the earnings, and which is why we are seeing that strength as far as Jubilant FoodWorks is concerned. Do remember, it was and it has been under pressure over the past 3 or 4 days. Well, suspecting that there could be some weakness, but perhaps the weakness wasn't as bad as expected, and still, well, Jubilant FoodWorks holds on to the 6% when it comes to same-store sales growth, and that, of course, is the big takeaway. On that note, it's a wrap on the markets. Lots more lined up. Stay tuned to Bloomberg Quint.